Good evening. I'm Sister Catherine Ryan. I'm privileged to serve as the Executive Director of Maryville Academy, and this is another episode of Children First. This program is brought to you through Maryville Academy and Chicago Access Network Television. And I am delighted this evening that our guest is Mr. Jose Sanchez. Welcome, Jose.
Thank you very much, Sister Catherine, and thank you to everybody with us tonight. And
Let me just tell them,
okay.
Jose, that
Thank
we
you.
are
Yes.
excited that Jose has come to work at Maryville Academy, and Jose is working in community outreach. And in particular, he's working in some programs that we want to tell you about this evening, which may be helpful to you, to our listeners as we're speaking. So first of all, Jose, let's just tell the listeners a little bit about you. Can you tell us about your background and your family?
Thank you. Thank you for this opportunity. I'm Jose Sanchez. I'm from Honduras, Central America. And I came here to Chicago to study at Northeastern Illinois University. My wife is from Milwaukee. We have 4 children, so that's we are.
And how about their first names and their ages?
Yeah, so we have the youngest one is Natalia. The second is Lorna, Marta, and Jorge Luis.
All right, just so our listeners, when you
Yes.
hear about our
Yes.
parenthood program that Jose leads,
Yeah.
you'll know he knows what he's talking about. Jose,
Yes.
what are the ages of your children?
It's 15, 17, 19, and 26.
All right.
Yes.
So there's a lot of experience there,
Yes.
Jose.
I have
And
to do a lot of math here.
actually, Jose,
Sure.
you are out in the community talking with families, actually working with parents on how to be successful parents with their children. What do you talk to families about?
Yes, working with Maryville, we develop a package for parents. We call the Parent Formation Program. This is a program to help parents to be better parents. We started celebrating our cultures. The Hispanic culture is a very rich culture. And we know that the Hispanic parents want to be good parents, and I see that everywhere here in the community, Hispanic community in Chicago. Mothers and fathers, they want to translate, to give to their children good values, good heritage and educational, and trying to children to grow physically and moral, spiritually, a healthy growth. The parents are trying to do that in the Hispanic community. So that's what Maryville. That's why Maryville developed this package. There are 7 sessions for how to teach parents. There is a guide for facilitators. How to lead session with Hispanic parents.
And Jose, in addition to that facilitator's guide
Yes.
that you talked about,
Yes.
you're using resources that are provided through different offices. And this evening we want to share with our viewers 3 of the guides that you are using from the Office of the Inspector General of the Department of Children and Family Services.
That's right.
So let's
Yes.
first of all, the Parents Guide. It's
Yes.
a helpful guide for parents and caregivers. And we want to tell our viewers about this because not only are you, Jose, using this, but any viewer can obtain this copy of this brochure
Yes.
or guide for parents for free from
Yes.
the Office of the Inspector General of the Illinois Department of Children and Family Services. So we want to make sure our viewers know about this resource, and we'll have 2 more for them as you continue to talk about the program. So you said you have 7 sessions.
Yes.
And can you give our viewers an idea of what are some of the topics that the parents are eager to have you speak about in these sessions?
Well, it's really very nice because we start with we call the Tree of Life. Tree of Life is every parent draw a tree where they explain where they're coming from, their places, their ancestor, parents, grandfather, grandmother, and they explain how raising children were in that time, how they were raised, what stories their grandfathers tell, how they were raised. So we measure trends, how societies are developing and seeing changes in the way we raise children. And we see that this good thing of translated, transpassing good value from parent to children is a good thing. And we want to continue transpassing good values like respect, justice, values of saying always the truth, all those kind of good values that our parents taught us. We are also helping parents to teach those to the children.
And do you find sometimes the parents saying, children today are different than we were, and this used to work so well in the past, but times have changed?
Yeah, we find that there are different ways, right? Our parents taught us to teach the good values through punishment. Punishment was one of the ways that our parents taught us. And still there is punishment in some families. We are teaching also alternative ways for building up a community with values. One alternative we call is the positive discipline. Positive discipline is when you give children a good example, build up a good communication. Our language, in English too, but our language in Spanish is a very rich language. It has to say good thing to a child, to praise a child because the child did good in the school, did good in the church, did good in the street with others. There are 100 words that you can say to praise a child. Nice things.
100?
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Wonderful, nice. You are amazing. You are a very nice child. So the child feels that they have a prize. Every time they do something good, they have a prize. So we shouldn't be looking only at mistakes. We should also look at the good things. So that's goal, building a positive discipline.
And speaking of discipline, though,
Yes.
now a parent says to you, well, that's fine, Mr. Sanchez, but my child did something wrong. Now what do you say?
Yes. We have to, good communication is important. And there are any problem is an opportunity to talk.
Yes.
And one thing we do in this package we discuss with parents, and it's based on the experience too. You never should call attention when you are angry. You never should discuss with your child when you are angry. You have to calm down first. Never discuss a topic with your child if you are angry. So you have to calm down and then try to talk calmly. So never get in a discussion angry with your child. So that's one of the tips we are giving to the parents, and that works.
Mm-hmm.
And other times, writing to your children. It's writing a letter. When you have something to tell to your children, write a letter. Write and be specific. What points you don't like? How you feel about certain way of actions that your children are doing. So you can write it very calmly, express them what you feel, and asking them understanding or explanations. And we are sure that method works because we are applying that, and in my family and other families, I've seen that. Writing is very important. Even as it's a method of expressing yourself. When you write ideas, you think more than when you are speaking.
Sure.
Sure, yes. So that's one tip we're doing.
And you talk about all of these methods with the parents.
Exactly. We talk all about these methods. We talk, for example, when that parents are leaders. Parents are the heroes. Parents are a model for our children. So children see us, we are very important for the life of children. And we tell them, we try to teach them how dependent is a child when the child is born from the parent, but then start getting independence until they get the teenager stage up to being a young adult. Is getting independence, but that independence it has to be kind of controlled but we have to give some kind of liberty to the children as they are growing.
So actually, I think our viewers can tell,
Yes.
Jose, that the message you're giving, you gave some examples from some
Yes.
parenthood classes in the Hispanic community, but these are actually principles that fit all people. They fit all parents
Yes.
and all children
Yes.
in what we're trying to accomplish here. I want to show the guide one more time to our viewers, the helpful guide for parents and caregivers. And then we have two more guides that I think pick up some of what you're talking about.
Yes.
So let us show another one from this is the Office of the Inspector General of DCFS. And this is, to hear what Jose was just talking about, 7 frustrating, and then the small title says, annoying, funny, tiring, crazy child development strategies. And they pick up some of the same kinds of care and nurturance that Jose was just talking about in all families. So these are 2 of the books for families. And just to complete the cycle, let us show the 3rd book that Jose is using from the Office of the Inspector General. And this is for little ones. We're kind of going backwards. We started the older ones here, and now we're going back to caring for babies. But taking care of our baby, which is also an important book for our parents, especially if they have infants working with this. So Jose, now you've been taking us through some of the parenthood class.
Yes.
And you've talked about, I'm having a little trouble getting us back there in the picture, but there we are. You've talked about some of the sessions that you have with the parents on their heritage,
Yes.
and also some of the sessions with the parents on how to work with their children, praising them, and also dealing with disappointments in the behavior of their children.
Exactly.
Are there some other topics that you can share with us that you and the parents, I know it's a very interactive session, what are some of the other topics that you and the parents are discussing
You refer to the
in the curriculum, the course?
in the course, yeah.
Yes.
Well, one thing specifically with the newborns,
Yes.
that's there is a section in the guide and the training we are doing, how to be secure that we are doing the right thing with the children when they are born. We have a staff from Maryville who are nurses and doctors who come from the Child Health Care Center to visit us in our training session, and they explain us how fragile is a newborn. When the person is a newborn, their nervous system and their brain is very fragile. So, for example, there is a common practice in my culture that we, the men, we are celebrating with a small child, and we throw the child in the air.
Not just in one culture, let me say.
Yeah,
Yes, it happens in a lot of people.
Yeah, so now we are not doing that because the nurses and the doctor is explaining us how fragile is the brain, and so you can shake a newborn.
Right.
You can shake it because it will damage the brain and the nervous system. And we talk about the crib. We talk about what is better, the mother, how you say, mother milk,
Yes.
Or the formula. Of course, the mother milk is more natural, and we talk about how to identify when the baby cry, how to identify why the baby is crying, and some of these materials talk about why a baby crying. Crying is the only way that the baby has to communicate with the outside world. So when a baby cries, there are many reasons. One might be he feels dirty, it might be dirty, right? He feels too hot, too cold. He feels alone. He might having a colic, for example, a pain, and all those things you have to identify when the baby is crying. And if he has a pain, and you identify the baby has a pain, has to take immediately to the doctor, to the clinic. Yes. So all those things, it is a space to talk, and I think parents they're very knowledgeable. They know a lot, but when we share those things, there is we can write books and we we see what a richness there is in our community. So this is a way to create a community of support also for us parents.
And do you find that the parents talk pretty freely about their questions and their concerns?
Yes. We try the first sessions are to get that level of trust between us. And since we have the main objective is that the children they should be happy. We want children to be secure and to grow in a harmony environment. So it's the same objective for Maryville Academy. It's the same objective for parents.
For the parents.
Too. Yes.
And I understand we have a caller, Jose.
Okay.
Hello.
Hello there.
How you doing?
Fine.
Doing fine.
Thank you
you.
for
Okay, I
calling.
just thank you for talking about the subject that I love, children.
Sure.
We share that.
And I also is a mother of twin boys and a daughter. And I came from a mother of 14 children.
Well, I think you have a little experience here.
Yes. And I feel like this, regardless of what culture the child is, when they born into this world, I believe if a parent be able to become more involved and loving and caring for that child at a young age and developing that child before the child get developed to learn how to walk and talk and be childrenly love like every human being. So I believe that child to get love and care and always be able to parent be able to monitor that child. So nowadays parents, the majority of parents are young parents and they really don't know. And I mean, what he's doing is so good, and I believe that we need older parents and grandmothers and everybody to come together and try to help our children before they go astray. And I'd like to get the information about if I can pass it on. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you for calling, and
Yes.
you just presented the same mission that we want to be talking about here. As you said it, you didn't use these words, but you proved the point. It takes a village to raise a child. All the family, all the neighbors, we all need to put our arms around our children and make sure that they're safe and they're loved and they're guided. So thank you for calling in, and we'll get you the information. A quick way to obtain the information would be on our Maryville website. We're at www.maryvilleacademy.org. We also have a handout, and I'm going to show you this in a few moments. Jose is also going to talk about a soccer league that he started for children for after-school activities to keep them safe. But I'm going to switch to that overhead now because Jose's phone number is on this same overhead, so we'll show it twice. First, I'll show it now, so you can see Jose Sanchez and this phone number of 872-202-6495. And I'll come back to this number as well when we talk about the soccer league, but I want to thank our caller. I didn't catch your name, but I want to thank our caller because that's why we call this Children First, our program. We're all about caring for our children, protecting our children, guiding our children. So I'm going to give this back to Jose now because our caller and you are really both talking about what we need to be doing for our children. Do you want to also speak to what our caller said?
Yes. Children are the future of our society, and the model we give now to them, they are going to be in the future. So we have to create families in harmony, and that's one point of discussion: how to create harmony in the families. And the main aspect in that is to be appreciative in the family. We talk about how to appreciate what wife do, what men do, what the children do, and appreciation is a very important term and concept in building families in harmony. If a family has appreciation, we teach children to be appreciative of life, appreciative of others. Then I think they are going to be more constructive in their lives. So in our language, we shouldn't teach them other words that are not constructive. And when we treat each other in the home, I think that we should prohibit all terms that are despective, terms that are not constructing the family. Tell children that that's not the way to communicate each other, and that constructs harmony. So I think that that's one way to better future for the children.
Now, Jose, I'm going to take you to another way that you're helping the future for our children.
Sure.
And we know that parents need the resources in the community so that the children can participate in healthy and safe activities.
Yes.
And not be on the streets.
Yes.
So you actually helped start a soccer league this last summer.
Yes.
And you want to grow it. So would you just tell our viewers a couple minutes about the soccer league?
Yes.
And while you're speaking, I'm going to throw back on the overhead with your phone number on it.
Exactly. Thank you. Why soccer? Because we know soccer is one of the sports, and it can be other sport too. But what happens with the sport is when you play sports, you know about rules, you know about discipline, you know about how to interact with teams. And that's why it's important sport for children. It's not only the physical aspect of moving their legs or following a ball. No, it's how to play in the world, of course. After the play, we have a session with the children. We teach them what important is to work in team, how important is to share the ball, for example, one with the other, and how important is to understand each other. And to communicate, because in the sport there is different kinds of communication. So I think that women and men, when they are children, all of them have the right to play in sports, and that's why Maryville has this sport program. It's called the CYO, the Catholic Youth Organization. But inside the CYO, we created also the soccer program for the Hispanic population. But at the end, there are different people. It's a very diverse program. The neighborhood we are different people, so it's very nice. It's very nice being through the sport. Children communicate with different cultures and different. The players come from different background, which is nice.
So actually, our sports program evolved.
Yes.
The Catholic Youth Organization in the 1930s. That's how long it's been serving.
Yes.
But it's open really to children of all faiths.
Yes.
And it's open to children of all cultures. And the soccer league is open to children of all cultures, right?
Exactly. It's open to different children, yes.
And it'll be this next summer, you'll be having it again?
Yes, we did, this past summer we had the soccer camps. We had 8 weekends for soccer camps, and it was a good experience. We had 45 children from Reinberg School and from the Belmont-Cregan area. And we used the facilities at the Park District to play, and it was very nice. When we evaluate the program, fathers and mothers and the children were very happy. Yeah, they like it. Yes.
Now, Jose, we've got about 30 seconds left, I think. And if you would like to just summarize in Spanish, if we happen to have anybody who's been watching who'd like to hear this in another language, we have about 30 seconds to summarize.
I think nuestras comunidades nos dan una gran oportunidad de ser mejores padres y mejores madres, y es lo mejor que podemos heredar a nuestros hijos, los valores, el valor del respeto, el valor de la justicia, de la paz, de ser constructivos y positivos.
You did it.
Yes,
thank you for this wonderful programs, first of all, that you're offering, and for coming on our show this evening. And to each of you who are with us tonight, thank you for joining us for Children First.
Thank you.